Libra, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late September 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Libra collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going. My guides and spirit team, talk to me about these beautiful Libras in Libra season, might I add. We're just crossing the threshold into one of the most beautiful times of the year. Let's see what energies, messages, insights we can pull for you. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Libra. And while we get this first card out, I just want to wish you all a very happy birthday, whether it's just coming up or whether you got a couple weeks still. I hope you have a fantastic one. I really do. Wishing you all the best. So let's get this first card out here for my beautiful Libra friends. What do we got? Okay, so there is a focus that could be around the self. This card to me is polarizing because it could be either extremely positive or it could be something that's a little challenging. Guess it all really depends on what lens you view it through, but we'll talk about it a little further. Before we do, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more about this card. So we see this lovely lady in that big blue dress. She has the wig on and she is looking right in the mirror. Notice that there's a lot of mirrors in this room, and we'll touch on that in a moment. Now, the positives of this is a beautiful aesthetic type of energy and card. So for some Libras out there, maybe you're thinking about changing something up about your look, whether it's your physical vessel, maybe you're working out a little more, maybe you're changing your hair, your wardrobe, you name it. There is some sort of focus on the aesthetics and how one presents themselves to the world. This is a beautiful, confident, sexy type of energy, so I do like it. Okay, so for some of you, that might just be the mode you're in. Now, for another portion of Libras, it might swing the other way. Maybe you're not feeling too hot, right? And we all go through these ebbs and flows where sometimes we're feeling great, sometimes we're feeling good, sometimes not so much, and this card could represent that. Now, where the challenge with this card comes through is the fact that this lady is surrounded by all the mirrors. So in this time, if you have dealings with somebody that has a very large ego or somebody that is a little selfish or self-obsessed, there's going to be extra friction when this card leads us off. So we're just going to leave her down right there. She can enjoy looking at herself. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say the first card there, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the lovely Libras. Please, what's going on for my good friends? And yeah, while we get this shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. Now, it was titled A Serious Situation, and just to put it in a nutshell, to me, it felt like a lot of Libras are either, one, dealing with a serious situation, they already know it, or there could have been something that you need to take a very close look at and take a little more seriously. So just know that that energy could bleed over for a couple weeks. But let's see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. Let's get it going. 3 cards for my lovely Libras. What's happening? What is happening? Okay, 8 of Wands. So the realm of talking, communicating, action. I do like this card to lead us off. Then again, I am a fire sign. I'm all about action. Okay, so when we see it here in the front, this could be good. I mean, I know Libra energy gets along well with fire, so that works. Let's get a couple more. Thank you. Okay, even more fire. So there's a lot of fire here. Okay, and we will talk about strength. That could be good. It could be a little tempting sometimes as well. Let's get one more out here. What do we got for the Libras, please? Thank you. Whoa. I mean, there's a lot of energy moving. Lots of energy moving here with Judgment right here on the back end. Powerful. Okay, so for a lot of you, something could pick up steam here. That's how it feels to me. Like something, it's like we're starting fast and we're ending even faster, or like just something picks up a lot of steam, a lot of action, which can be really nice. Now let's go through. I'll give you the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, I've been commenting on it a little bit. Notice that we have these double fire energies right here on the front. You know, fire is all about vitality, forward push, action, momentum, confidence. It's a good thing. Judgment here on the back end is Plutonian change-based karmic energy, and it's powerful. It's explosive. That's why I'm saying, like, for this top end of the spread, I guess as we're ticking into Libra season, there's a lot of powerful energy that things are going to flare up for you, and hopefully in a positive way. I'm feeling optimistic. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out, because fire could be great for progress and forward momentum, but at the same time, it could be very unpredictable. But position number one, we have the Eight of Wands. So out of the starting gates, we're blasting off here. And you see these 8 wands. I like to say that they're arrows to me. It's like 8 arrows cutting through the sky. It's one of the fastest moving cards in the whole entire deck. So for a lot of you, this could be results. This could be seeing a lot of progress, a lot of movement. Now, this could also be one of the biggest cards of communication, conversation. Usually it's like fiery talking. So lots of back and forth, two-way street type of energy. And it's coming and going, coming and going. So for some of you, whether it is an explosive talk of some kind or one that comes in out of nowhere, we'll see when we clarify it. But generally, this is good. Now, if we're talking about the challenging aspect of this card, yes, there's an unpredictability to it. Yes, there's a bit of a live wire type of energy to this as well. For some of you, you might be a little more fiery now than you normally are. Okay. And I know people usually say, yeah, Libra energy is very balanced, which is true for the most part, but we're only human, right? And when I see this Eight of Wands leading us off, you might be a little more sassy than you normally are. We'll revisit that in a minute. Moving to the center, we have the Strength card. Now, for some of you, you might be connected to a Leo. If that's the case, that's them showing up right there. Now, that doesn't have to always be the case. Strength, to me, is a very powerful major arcana, and it speaks about someone's internals. It speaks about their character, how they are as a person. This is someone that does a lot of work on themselves. So, fighting one's demons with love as opposed to brute force. This is also a highly karmic energy, especially next to judgment. Notice the infinity symbol over the angel's head. Powerful. In the positive sense, this is somebody that, when they say they're going to do something, they do it. Okay, this is someone that has a lot of follow through. This isn't somebody that's going to make a promise and fall through on it normally. And it's somebody that has a strength within them. Like the internal strength is really powerful and profound. In its challenge, this could sometimes represent temptation. So spirit might put something up against you that's going to test your strength. Okay, so whether it is a situation, whether it is a problem, it's like, okay, we're going to see how much progress you've made. This absolutely could be temptation too. So if there's something you've been refraining from, if there's a behavior or something that you've been trying not to do, the Strength card will come in and test your progress. Now, moving to the back end, and we'll get Strength right here. Again, very fiery energy right here up front, which I feel like for a lot of you could be really good. But here on the back, we have Judgment. Archangel Gabriel blowing that trumpet. Notice some of the dead are rising, some are not. This could be a big card of choice, decision. You might literally be making judgments and judgment calls about certain situations in this time, of course. But I do link this card to Pluto, and Pluto energy is very similar to Scorpio, which is all about transformation. So when I see Judgment, I think of change. It's unstoppable. That's kind of the energy we're talking about here with Judgment. It's like when that trumpet goes, it's unstoppable. Something's in motion, and there's like no turning back when Judgment is in the mix. Firm decisions could be made when Judgment is here. Now, the positive of it, again, it could also be karmic. So a lot of you moving into a new cycle, new phase of life. This card can often show up when things return as well, which has been a theme I've been seeing with the air signs in recent weeks. So there could be either situations, individuals, like it's something coming back around sometimes. In the challenge of Judgment, though, it could either be indecision, someone that doesn't know what to do, or they're not adapting well to change. So there might be a person you're connected to where they're very stubborn and they're not good at going with the flow. But I want to dive deeper on all of it, Libra. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What we have for the lovely Libras, please, in their birthday season. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Eight of Wands. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Libra, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Eight of Wands time. Let's do it. Why is the Eight of Wands here? What is this about? Okay. This is good, and I really think you're going to go with the flow in regards to this. And I feel like for a lot of you, it is centered around communication and conversation. I link the Two of Pentacles to Libra energy. I just do. Even though it's earthy energy, like in my mind, I always connect it to you guys. So when I see it underneath the Eight of Wands, absolutely, I do feel like this could be an unexpected talk that comes in, but I feel you flowing with it, going with the flow and managing it well. So this could be really good, whether you're expecting it or whether you're not. I feel like this is really good. In this time, you might have an extra gift of gab in this time. So being able to express yourself, what you feel, what you think. So just know in this time, like you're going to be very good with your words. Like that's how this is feeling to me. Now the Two of Pentacles, it also has an infinity symbol. Just like that, there's a lot of karmic energy at play this week, which is usually very slow moving. And I mean, it makes sense around your birthday season, right? You're starting a brand new cycle. So these karmic changes, these karmic energies are to be expected. But again, this could sometimes be someone juggling a lot of things. So just know, like with all this fired up energy, there is a possibility for certain situations to make you feel overwhelmed. I feel for the vast majority of you, whether it is this unexpected talk or just the energy in general, you're going to go with the flow very good and well. But I feel for some of you, you might be feeling a little overwhelmed. Okay. Now that would be up to you how to handle that if that's the case. But there's just so much power in this energy, like it just feels like a lot. So I would suggest finding some way to let off a little bit of that steam, okay, whether it's creatively or physically. But again, for the most part, I don't want to get too far off track. I do feel like this could be an unexpected talk, and I do feel like you're going to flow with it well. Okay, let's keep moving. Lots of messages coming through, and that's part of the thing with like all this powerful energy. It's like we're opening the floodgates and it's all like boom, it's all flying out. Let's see why strength is here. And then I really want to get to judgment, see what that's about. Why is strength in the mix? Yeah. Okay. So these are multiple conversations, different approaches here. Okay. Because whereas this first one, I feel like, yeah, kind, reciprocal, cool, going with the flow. This one is coming at you in a more aggressive way. Okay, so whether these are two different types of conversations, when I see the strength card with the Five of Swords, it's like something is putting pressure on. Okay, so for a portion of you, maybe that's the case. Maybe you need to put pressure on a situation and say, no, this is what it is. And again, I've been saying it since the beginning. I feel like there's going to be an extra oomph to the Libras in the coming days and weeks, where I feel like there's going to be a very powerful energy that people might misconstrue. You might ruffle some feathers in the coming days and weeks. Keep that in mind. The Five of Swords doesn't always have to be bad. Okay, like, yeah, it can be conflict. Yes, it can be mean. And it can be arguments and conflicts, but at the same time, it could also represent somebody that's looking out for themselves. It could also be a very determined type of energy. So some of you might be in that boat. You might be in that mode. But the main intuitive thing I was feeling here is like, yeah, I feel this cool, go with the flow type of energy in the front. Now this one in the middle is like pushing it a little too far. So make sure that there's nobody taking advantage of your kindness in this time. That's the one thing I want to say here. Either that or these are two totally separate combos where like one goes great, one goes well, the other one's the total opposite. So it's kind of like we have a mixed bag. Let's keep moving over to judgment. Let's see what's up here. Like this energy on the front end is much more agreeable. This one here in the center is very pushy. So let's see why judgment's here. And then we will do a quick little recap for the shadow. So why is judgment in the mix? Yep. Seven of Wands, cool. Very cool. Sticking up for yourself? Okay. Yeah, so for any Libras out there where you feel like, I don't want to say like someone's taking advantage or anything like that. I would say that generally in my experience, and like I say every week, I know so many beautiful, lovely Libras in my personal life, and I speak with a lot of you in personal readings too. Much love to all of you. But what I notice is a lot of Libras are very good problem solvers, and they like to find resolutions about things. They don't like to inflame situations, and they like to make them better. In this time, I feel like the way you're going to be presenting yourself, like you're not going to be as peaceful as you normally are. When I see judgment with the Seven of Wands, I feel someone sticking to their guns, saying like, no, this is what I mean, this is what I'm saying, and I'm sticking by it. There is no swerving from this. I feel a much more insistent energy than I'm usually used to feeling when it comes to Libra. So it's like we have these different communication styles showing up. One is much more agreeable, one is very much aggressive, but this other one is sticking to its guns. So we could be looking at different conversations and communications, but I will continue to say there is importance around talking here, more so than normal. But I feel like, I guess it depends on the person you're talking to, really. Where like this one, yeah, this energy is cool, it's good. This one is like too much pressure. It's like, but this one is standing its ground. Another thing I will say, these karmic energies and these powerful energies, they're good because it's going to be a spark plug for the next chapter. Okay, so all these things I'm describing, it's not bad. Like, it's not bad. Even if you're going through tough situations, it's not bad. To me, it's more of like a catalyst for the next chapter. Okay, so let's go through and do a quick recap here, Libra. Definitely a different vibe than I'm used to getting for you, but it's all good, right? If you look here in the box before the shadow, we have the Eight of Wands with the Two of Pentacles. I mentioned several times this can be an unexpected talk, but it's very agreeable with you. So this can be nice. Again, there's a lot of back and forth here, and I feel like it's something you could flow with. Just watch that you don't overwhelm yourself in this time, especially with all these powerful, insistent types of energies. Moving to the center, we have Strength with the Five of Swords. So yeah, this is a very much self-focused type of energy. So whether you're getting into that mode where it's like, yeah, I'm just looking out for me, and I also get this vibe of like somebody ruffling your feathers a little bit, or maybe you ruffling somebody else's feathers, because this one feels smooth. This one feels like very in your face type of energy. Onto the back end, here comes a little bit of stubborn vibes, and it makes sense. Judgment with the Seven of Wands. I do feel like you're really going to stick to your guns with things in this time, and you're going to put your foot in the sand if you have to. You might even push back against people in this time as well. But aside from that, I do feel like this energy, this powerful energy, is going to act as a catalyst for your next chapter moving forward, which could be good. So yeah, please take a screenshot of that if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows here. So what is happening? And yeah, if you've been feeling a little down or a little zapped of energy lately, I would not worry about that, because there's so much powerful energy here this week. It's a lot. So let's see. I'm usually used to feeling this type of stuff in like Scorpio reads or Leo reads, things like that. So let's see what we have here. What's in the shadows? And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this out here for you. What is in the shadows? There we go. Thank you. Queen of Wands, so more fire. Okay, so that ties in with like the point we've been seeing since the very beginning. Now, for a portion of you, if you are connected to a fire sign, this could be them showing up here in a big way. And what is the Queen of Wands? She's confident, she's beautiful, she's a sexy energy, like I was seeing with that very first oracle, then this fired up energy that we've been seeing throughout the whole reading itself. Just know, I feel like you just need to brace for it. Okay, and I feel like, again, you're going to flow with this energy well. It's going to work because it's natural and it's universal. So I expect heightened energy in a lot of your different connections in this time, whether it's like with friends or with people you're connected to or with work. There's just a much more fired up, non-dull type of energy here. Okay, so hopefully this is going to be channeled towards the good, especially when the Queen of Wands is in the mix. But I think this is good, and it could be about self-confidence, and you should be confident in yourself when this is here. Okay, take care of yourself, be confident in yourself, and that's looking good, Libra. So yeah, that's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the September subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the September subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my favorite decks of all time, the Beautiful Wizard's Tarot. It's gorgeous and it works great. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, where would you like to go for your dream vacation? What are you manifesting? Let me know. Let's bring it to fruition. You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in the community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you again.